The MG XPower SVR, a British muscle car with Italian flair and V8 thunder. Now that's a proper MG. Sure, the modern MG Cyberster in twin-motor GT guise packs way more power, and the blisteringly quick MG4 XPower hatch will leave it trailing in a 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint. But for many enthusiasts, the original XPower SV remains the pinnacle of MG's legacy. A true British muscle car that earned its place on bedroom walls alongside the finest offerings from Italy and Germany. A controversial chapter in MG's history. Not everyone remembers the SV with the same fondness. Launched in the early 2000s under MG Rover's troubled leadership, run by the infamous Phoenix 4, the SV arrived during a time of financial turmoil. Critics argued that pouring resources into a niche Porsche 911 rival was a questionable move when the company was fighting to stay afloat. But hindsight aside, the SV left a lasting impression. Just look at it. Magnificent, isn't it? This is no ordinary SV. It's the SVR, boasting a Roush-tuned 5.0-liter Ford the Fifth 8 pumping out around 385 brake horsepower. And that styling, designed by Peter Stevens, yes, the man behind the McLaren F1, the SVR is a proper head-turner. With its bulldog snout, muscular arches, elongated vented bonnet, and towering rear wing, it exudes raw, unfiltered aggression. But how did it all begin? Now there's a story. This beast started life as the De Tomaso Bigua concept, penned by none other than Marcello Gandini and unveiled at the 1996 Geneva Motor Show. It was supposed to hit the market as the De Tomaso Mangusta, but a falling out between De Tomaso and its backers, the Cavalli Auto Group, derailed those plans. The car eventually launched as the Cavalli Mangusta, with just 284 units built in Medina before MG Rover stepped in. An MG with borrowed DNA. That's right. This car was essentially a ready-made solution for MG's ambitions to break away from modifying Rovers and climb the ranks of the sports car market. Buying Cavalli's assets gave MG a V8 powered sports car ready to don the MG badge. And what a statement it made. MG's bold vision, the X80 and beyond. Back in 2001, MG unveiled the X80 concept, offering a glimpse into its future design philosophy. But when the production-ready XPower SV broke cover in late 2002, it had undergone a radical transformation. Out went the concept's subtler lines, replaced by the aggressive, carbon fiber-clad bodywork you see here. Designer Peter Stevens didn't shy away from his influences either, openly admitting that the Fast and the Furious, released in 2001, played a major role in shaping its pumped-up aesthetic. Borrowed bits and Italian flair. The SV wasn't just about bold design. It also borrowed from a global parts bin. Beneath that muscular body lay Ford the Fifth 8 engines, Ozzy wheels, Brembo brakes, Fiat Punto headlights, and a heater panel straight out of a Maserati. Oh, and the cars were assembled in Medina, Italy, before being shipped to Longbridge for paint and final tweaks. A fascinating blend of Italian craftsmanship and British finishing touches. The numbers game. When the SVR debuted in 2004, it upped the ante with a 5.0-liter version of Ford's modular V8, tuned by Roush to produce a hearty 385 brake horsepower and 376 pounds-ft of torque. MG boasted a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 4.9 seconds and a top speed of 175 miles per hour. Seriously impressive stats for its time. What's the V8 like? It's a gem. Push-button ignition, very futuristic for the era, brings the engine to life with a deep, bassy growl that oozes charm. On the road, it's surprisingly eager, not the lazy lump you'd expect from an American muscle car. The V8 thrives on revs and feels alive throughout the range. Sure, by today's standards it's not blisteringly fast, but it delivers its power with purpose. The 5-speed manual gearbox is satisfying, with a heavy clutch that adds to the car's muscular character. Shifting from second to third requires a bit of finesse, but the SVR rewards smooth, deliberate inputs, making it an unexpectedly enjoyable car to drive. Corners? It's got them covered. Surprise! The SVR isn't just about straight-line speed. The chassis handles the weight of that hefty V8 impressively, offering stability and composure in corners. The steering, while light and slightly vague, works in tandem with the suspension, which strikes a sweet balance, quelling body roll while soaking up the imperfections of UK roads. Yes, after 2 decades on the road, you might hear a squeak or rattle, but the SVR remains a surprisingly comfortable and capable companion. It's proof that this misunderstood MG had more to offer than just muscle. MG XPower SVR. Performance unleashed. The MG XPower SVR was built with one goal in mind: to deliver raw, unadulterated performance. Born from a blend of British ambition and Italian craftsmanship, this muscular coupe was MG's bold attempt to challenge the sports car elite. Here's a closer look at what makes the SVR's performance truly stand out. Under the hood, Roush-tuned V8 power. At the heart of the SVR lies a 5.0-liter Ford modular V8, tuned by performance experts Roush to churn out 385 brake horsepower and 376 pounds-ft of torque. This was a significant upgrade over the standard XPower SV, which made do with a 4.6-liter engine producing 320 brake horsepower. The result? A muscular and charismatic engine that delivers a distinctive blend of power and refinement. The SVR isn't just about numbers, though. It's about character. Fire it up with a push-button ignition, and you're greeted with a rich, bassy growl that feels every bit as dramatic as the car looks. While some might expect the engine to behave like a traditional muscle car lump, it's surprisingly eager to rev and pulls strongly across the entire range. Acceleration and speed. MG claimed a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 4.9 seconds, which in the early 2000s put the SVR in the same league as established sports car icons. The top speed? An impressive 175 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest MGs ever produced. In practice, the SVR feels purposeful rather than blisteringly fast by modern standards. But what it lacks in outright pace compared to today's turbocharged monsters, it makes up for in drama and engagement. Every throttle input unleashes a surge of torque and that unmistakable V8 soundtrack. Transmission and driving dynamics. Power is sent to the rear wheels via a 5-speed manual gearbox, adding to the old-school, driver-focused appeal. The gear shift is precise, though the heavy clutch and slightly tricky second-to-third shift demand patience and finesse. Mastering the SVRS transmission becomes part of the experience, rewarding smooth and deliberate inputs. Handling and chassis. Despite its front-heavy V8 layout, the SVRS chassis is surprisingly adept at handling corners. The suspension strikes a fine balance between firmness and comfort, keeping body roll in check while still soaking up road imperfections. While the steering could be more communicative, the car feels composed and confidence-inspiring when pushed hard. It's worth noting that the SVRS lightness was helped by its carbon fiber body panels, contributing to a weight of just over 1,500 kilograms. This, combined with its wide track and grippy OZ wheels wrapped in sticky tires, allows the SVR to hold its own on twisty roads. Braking power. Stopping duties are handled by Brembo brakes, which provide strong and consistent performance. Given the SVRS power and weight, this braking system ensures confidence when scrubbing off speed, whether on the road or track. A balanced blend of muscle and precision. The MG XPower SVR.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.